We continue our visit with some of the candidates who are running for election this fall. Among them, running for a seat actually to replace a vacating seat on the Chelan County Superior Court. We have Travis Brandt, who's running as a candidate against Judge McSeveny, who's the current incumbent. Travis, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate the opportunity to speak to you.
This is not your first foray.
Correct.
Yeah. First of all, let's talk about the previous run for district court several years ago.
Actually, I did run for Superior Court.
Superior Court, I beg your pardon.
In 2012, I ran. It was the open seat being vacated by Judge Bridges at that time, and there was 4 of us running in that contest, if you recall. Mm-hmm. There was myself and Judge Alicia Nakata, Charles Steinberg, and Ruth Esparza.
That's right.
And we all ran in 2012, and I came up just a hair short back then. So this is my second go-around for Superior Court.
You're determined to become a judge in Chelan County, aren't you?
Well, these opportunities, as you know, don't come around very often.
No.
This is really a historic year, if you think about it, in Chelan County and Douglas County. I've been an attorney in January. It'll be 20 years that I've been a lawyer, and I can't recall a year like this. We have 2 Superior Court contested elections with 4 candidates, and then we have District Court contested election with 3 candidates, and then on the other side of the river we have a contested District Court contested election as well. So I can understand when I'm talking to the public, sometimes there's some confusion about, who you're running against, and which spot are you going for, and are you running against Charles Steinberg, are you running against Kristen Ferreira or Alan Blackman? I have to, and I think if I wasn't in the middle of it, it would be confusing to myself as well. So it's just part of the process of educating people about what positions we're running for and our qualifications.
And again, that's what you're here for, to talk about your qualifications.
Yes.
Let's start out first of all with your history here in Chelan County.
Well, I was raised here in Chelan County. I grew up here. I went to the local schools, graduated from Wenatchee High School in 1989.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm a Panther, and I went on to go to Central Washington University. I graduated from there, and then I went to law school at Gonzaga. And I graduated from Gonzaga Law School in 1998.
And you've been in private practice now?
Yes, I've been in private practice. After I graduated from law school and passed the bar, I had opportunities, to go maybe elsewhere to practice law, maybe in bigger communities. But I was dead set on moving back here to where I grew up. I came back here and I started with a really small law firm working for a gentleman by the name of Ron Hammett. Mm-hmm. And from there I went to Johnson Gockweijer, where I was a prosecutor for the city of Wenatchee. And then in, I think it was 2003, my sister corrected me yesterday, we started the Brandt law firm with me and my sister, and we've been in private practice ever since.
Let's talk about the transition from trial attorney, and I would imagine you were also involved in other practices as well in terms of your law career.
Yes, I have a broad range of experience. The Brandt Law Firm, my firm, we focus on primarily 2 or 3 areas of law. We do a lot of criminal work, we do a lot of family law, and I also do some personal injury cases as well. And if you look at the type of cases that are heard in Superior Court, there's basically 2 major areas. There's family law cases, which take up about approximately 40% of the caseload, and then there's criminal cases, which again take up about 40% of the caseload, and then 20% miscellaneous type cases, probate, different things like that. So the type of cases that I'll be hearing if I'm elected as judge in Superior Court are the type of cases that I've been handling really since 2000, well, pretty much my entire career for 20 years.
And obviously you have experience at both desks, both on the defense and on the prosecutorial side too.
That's correct. And I think it's really important that a judge be able to relate to the attorneys in the courtroom, and having the experience of representing individuals and that are accused of committing crimes and what that process involves, and dealing with my clients over the years, and also being a prosecutor and being on that side of the courtroom as well. As a judge, I think that those experiences are huge and very helpful, because there's issues that might not be readily apparent, but as a judge, if you've lived that, if you've represented individuals in both capacities, it's very helpful.
Okay, let's talk about your responsibilities as a Superior Court judge. What are they?
Well, primarily, as I mentioned, you are the judge of general jurisdiction. You are to hear cases, a lot of family law cases, people going through divorces, child custody type issues, and you have some very serious decisions and very important decisions to make in that arena. Mm-hmm. I'm the child of divorced parents, so I understand firsthand how important those decisions are, and that they be done correctly.
I know that you were one of the original candidates that had been recommended to the governor for appointment to this position. He opted to select Judge McSeveny.
Correct.
Were you surprised by that, given, I guess, the high ranking that you were given by the Chelan Douglas Bar Association?
Well, first of all, I was very appreciative of the support that I did receive from my fellow attorneys here, or attorneys that I've worked with for almost 20 years and have seen me firsthand, have seen how I react under stressful situations and what my temperament and demeanor are, and have worked with me, some of them on a daily basis. I wasn't surprised of Governor Inslees' decision. I was disappointed, obviously. We've all, I think, probably, well, maybe not you, Steve, but some of us have applied for jobs in our past where we really wanted to get the job, mm-hmm. thought we were qualified, and then we didn't get it. But
been there, done that. You bet.
But you move on, and I knew that I was likely going to run this year for this position, and I was going to run if I was appointed or not appointed. So either way, there was going to be me running for this position this year, whether I was appointed or not. So yes, I was disappointed. I wasn't surprised that Governor Inslee didn't select me, but it's just one of those life things that happen.
I'm going to ask you to comment on an issue that I've asked other bench candidates to comment on. That has to do with the notion that there's too much legislating from the bench. You hear a lot of that criticism,
you do.
Especially, I think, from the conservative side of the aisle. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, as a trial court judge, I think the public does have legitimate concerns in that arena. But as a trial court judge, really, basically, our task is to follow the law and not create new law or make up basis for our rulings. If you get to the appellate court level or Supreme Court level, I think that's where a lot of the general public's concerns are. But if you go to court, if you go to Chelan County Superior Court and you watch what's going on in court, basically there's factual issues that are being presented to the court, and the judge's task is to listen to the facts and then apply the law. Not go back into chambers and create some sort of basis for a ruling, but to go and find the law and to apply the facts that you've heard to that law.
Tell us about your private life.
Sure. I'm married. I've been married since 1995. To my wife Noelle, and we have 3 children, and we've raised all of our 3 children here in Chelan County. My oldest son, Carl, he's a freshman at Wenatchee Valley College, mm-hmm. And then I have 2 daughters that are in school. I have a junior and 8th grader as well, and it's been the greatest honor of my life to raise those children here, and I've been very involved in their lives throughout, in sports and other activities that they've been involved with, and there's no better place to raise kids than Chelan County.
And again, we're talking with Travis Brandt, who's running as a candidate for the Chelan County Superior Court bench, and I'm going to give you the last word. Here's your opportunity to sell yourself to our viewers here on NCWLIFE TV.
Thank you. I would just ask the voters of Chelan County for your consideration and your vote. As I mentioned, I was raised here. I grew up in this community. I've been a lawyer for almost 20 years. In January it'll be 20 years. I have a wide range of experience practicing law in court. I'm the type of attorney that goes to court frequently. Some weeks I'm in court 5 days a week. I have trial experience doing serious Class A felony matters, wrongful death matters, and a lot of other serious types of cases. And I've litigated those cases to a jury. I also have the support of the overwhelming support of our local legal community. I have endorsements from Judge Bridges, retired Judge Bridges, retired Judge Small, former Chelan County Superior Court Judge Carol Wardell, Judge Hotchkiss in Douglas County, Judge Bigger in Douglas County, retired Judge Judith McCauley in Douglas County. So these folks feel that I'm qualified for this position based upon my experience, and I would just ask for your consideration and vote.
Well, we certainly appreciate you taking the time out to join us here on NCWLIFE.
Thank
Travis
you, Steve.
Brandt, running for Chelan County Superior Court. Thanks a lot, and good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your time.